Hey guys, I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about neutral alignment and why it's important and another way to find it. I shared an IGTV video using a water bottle. That's a handy trick, but I got something new for you. So really quick, neutral alignment is super important, not just for pregnancy or in the postpartum recovery period, but just in general for men and women. So there's two positions that are typically pretty common, one of which is this ribs rung up position. So sometimes even for men, this is really common when we're pressing overhead. As we push that weight overhead, we tend to thrust our ribs up and our belly out. During pregnancy, the belly and the weight of the belly baby is pulling our belly forward, and we tend to be in this position. It's also easy to spot because the bottom base of my back is behind the back of my rib cage. So that's a good indicator. So when I'm in this rung up position, you can see that if I had, let's say, diastasis, that stretching right through here, the linea alba, as I'm pressing outward, it's not really helping things. So one of the best ways is for us to find ourselves in this neutral position, which I'm still working on, which is our ribs stacked over our pelvis, which is essentially our diaphragm stacked over our pelvic floor, part of our two components of our inner core. Our deep transverse abdominis kind of bridges the connection and attaches to our rib cage and our pelvis, kind of keeps things moving and grooving. So we also have our multifida on the back side. So we're in this rung up position, or a second one is this bum tucked position. It is super common. I'm cleaning the dishes, doing whatever, and I'm tucking my bum to stabilize myself. This is also common in pregnancy as our gait changes, as we lose our center of gravity. We tend to be in kind of potentially a waddled position, so we're gonna squeeze our glutes to keep ourselves stable, which is something we don't wanna do. So when I'm in this bum tucked under position, my pelvis is tucked under my pelvic floor, my deep core. Everything is not really as available for me to help provide that level of stability I need to then go through my movements in the day. So we have this rung up, we have this tucked under, so we really want to find kind of our middle ground. So let's try and find it, right? So I talked about the ski jump before also. It's an awesome exercise. So we're gonna kind of use that to help us find neutral. I have something next to me that I might wanna lean onto just in case. So for that ski jump, I literally want you to imagine you are an Olympic skier and you're skiing down a mountain. When you go into this position, your weight is gonna kind of roll onto the balls of your feet, kind of towards your toes. Don't necessarily let your heels lift off the ground. I don't want you to keep going down the mountain. You can use something next to you for a little support if you need that balance, especially if you're pregnant. So as I lean forward into that ski jump position, I see that my weight shifts forward. My rib cage is gonna be in a better position over my pelvis versus when I was out here or like this. So I'm kind of putting my rib cage in a better position. So all the weight is kind of leaning forward into this, right? So now I'm gonna gently take my hand off if I can, and I'm gonna shift my weight back through the middle of my feet. I'm gonna find myself, and voila, that's my neutral. So let's try it again. Lean forward into my ski jump, weight goes into the balls of my feet, then I shift back until I have weight kind of evenly distributed through my feet, and that's my neutral. Rib cage stacked right over my pelvis. It's going to feel weird because our inner ear is used to our position in certain ways, and we've been holding ourselves in our unneutral for so long that our whole body is kind of thrown off. So I want you to experiment with that. Try and lean into your feet. You're that competitive skier, and I want you to kind of lean back. As you lean forward, be careful that your rib cage doesn't, take you down. So that's why you have that nice stable base. But so you're gonna lean forward and find yourself right in your neutral. No booty tuck, no ribs up, everything nice and neutral. I want you to practice that throughout the day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to jump in and help. Finding your neutral spine and neutral alignment is super important as you progress in your movements and if you want to add heavy load. This is important for men too, because we all have pelvic floors and we all have a core central stability system that needs to support us as we layer on in our movements. Thanks, guys.